What's going on, everybody? It's the Keymaster84. Today, we're bringing you some For Honor Emergent's best tips and tricks. That's right, guys. This video has so much stuff in it, we don't have time to be lollygagging with nothing in the beginning. So, first tip and trick: practice and advanced practice. Practice you have to do, but the reason this is a tip: if you do practice, you get 2,000 steel. When you finish the advanced practice, you get another 1,500 steel. So for any of those guys who are picking this up on payday, make sure you guys do both. It's an easy way to get 3,500 steel any way in the game. There's no other way to get this much steel with doing very little work. It's about the easiest way you can do it. So let's move on. If you guys want to know how to play the different characters, you guys haven't been watching a lot of gameplay, you've just been hearing from friends how awesome it is, and you don't really know who you want to choose, play the campaign. The campaign, as you'll see here, teaches you how to play the game, teaches you how to do guard mode, teaches you different movesets you can do, different combinations within each different character. You literally physically play every single character. You also do earn steel while in campaign, so another very easy way to earn steel. Steel is how you unlock all your scavenger crates, you unlock characters. Basically, it's how you unlock everything within the game. So steel is very important. As you can see here, honestly, I really wish they would make you maybe do this first thing within the game, but that's a conversation for another time. But no, I definitely recommend, my first two recommendations are definitely do the campaign. The campaign's actually fairly decent, as well as it teaches you the combinations, which, I mean, you're not going to be able to really find it anywhere else. So, as you can see here, we're practicing these different heavy attack combinations. Before we take this guy out, there are many boss fights in the campaign to really test what you've learned. The bosses they have a ridiculous amount of HP, but it makes you really test out everything you learned up to that point. So we are going to be moving on from this point down to the next point. There are little spots, as you'll see here. You can see these, I'm trying to track that little spot right there, that little eye. There is a little bit of dialogue, it's some extra things. That's how you earn the extra steel within the campaign. But yeah, so this is just, continuously showing you how to play, holding down points much like you would in Dominion, and helping you learn about the game. I can't really, if you have not watched any gameplay, if you have not been watching live streams, you just heard from your buddy at work how awesome this game is, I cannot express how much I think you guys should be doing this. So for anybody who had to wait until payday or anything like that, make sure you guys do at least play these first few missions, just so you guys can kind of get a grasp of the timing within the game. I was fortunate enough to be able to participate in both of the betas, so I had plenty of experience with the timing already. But with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. The next one is going to be, I believe, is going to be all the different. Oh, that's right. We're going to get into movesets, like I was talking about earlier, a little bit earlier. Just like any fighting game, you can actually look at all the movesets ahead of time. You can look at them as just, right bumper, right trigger, or you can actually see them out. This is what they look like. That's how you combo those little chains. That's, you can chain all those moves together. It tells you when to do them, like not in guard mode. Tells you what buttons to press, exactly what to do. Definitely look over this before you guys start playing your first match. That way you're not just hacking and slashing. You actually have some thought behind what you're doing. Those little shield icons there, that's a shield break. The Xbox, you press it by pressing X, and then you can hit the right bumper or the right trigger to counteract off those. Sorry, guys. Also, on the left-hand side is all your different hero-specific talents. So like this guy, his guard stance doesn't always stay up. You have to continuously press in directions, but by doing that, you can actually deflect a little bit easier, and then follow it up with attacks. They also have a key, so in case you ever need to know what the thing is meaning, there you go. It gives you everything: the chain attacks, the blades, the stuns, the infinite loops, everything. So just hang out here for the extra couple of seconds before we move on. They also have videos explaining every, quick little videos explaining the different attacks, so you can actually see them if you're more of a visual learner. Also, another great thing to watch real quick, these things are literally like a minute and a half long. They have a basic mode and an advanced mode. Basic just kind of goes over, breaking guard and how to dodge and things like that. And then advanced is more into the, okay, now that you can do this, press A to dodge out and right bumper. There's a lot more tactic behind these different moves, but definitely a good watch to do if you're going into a new character and haven't had a chance to play them yet. I didn't do this. I wish I had. I would have learned the skill sets a lot faster, and it would have been a lot better for me in the long run. But I kind of learned by trial and error, which I honestly don't recommend, because this game, while fairly simple, in order to be good at it, you do need to have a lot of practice within the game, like the timing to deflect, and the timing to parry, and the time to dodge. Like the fact that you actually dodge into the attack, not away from the attack like you would traditionally think. You actually dodge into the attack. And like I said, it goes over all of this in these advanced videos. So it's a very good way to learn what you want to do and when you want to do it. This is just still showing you guys what's going on. I wish they had, like a press these buttons type thing. But as far as something that, is just kind of in there, I can't really complain too much. So with that being said, we're going to be moving on here next to... Oh no, my list. I covered it up. The next part of the list is going to be going into your Scavenger Gear. Do not buy Scavenger Gear right away. It's pretty pointless, so I'm going to show you guys right here. If you buy a premium pack for 500 steel, you're guaranteed 2 rare items, or 2 higher level items, and then 3, it could be anything. The reason I tell you guys not to buy the gear, there's no point at these lower levels. Like, I am Prestige 1, and the max I can get is a level 7 on the gear loadout, which does seem like a lot, especially when you're very first starting. But when you're very first starting, not even Prestige 1, Reputation 1, you're going to get, I think, a max of 3. So you're really not gaining that much by buying these packs. You can save your gold, unlock the characters, do all that stuff without having to worry about buying gear. If you do want to buy gear, make sure you are dismantling it, because as you can see, you can only have 60 gear in your entire inventory. That's everything. That's your helmet, your body armor, your arm armor. Your arm armor. That's a good one. I like that one. But yeah, you can only have 60 of everything of that, plus your sword. So, in this case, your sword and your weapon. So, like for him, example, he has a blade, oh man, I love it. Totally forgot the word for that. But as you guys can see, we're going through, I'm dismantling some of the stuff, mainly because I was in the menu and I wanted to show you guys this. But I also took advantage of some time to, take care of some business while I had a few minutes. But yeah, so I'm going through here, dismantling everything. The reason you want to dismantle everything is you can upgrade items later on. But I would worry about that once you start hitting like Reputation 2 or 3 before you really start getting into it. Another thing in here to check out, you can actually set your character up, so literally all you have to do when you jump into a match is press A to select him and you're done. You can go through, you can check everything out and what all your different feats are. You get the feats by getting points within the game modes. So depending on the game mode, you might want to go with a little bit lower tier stuff or more passive stuff, more ability based. So, it all depends on your play style, but they do give you plenty of options. You can read all the descriptions right there. It is a very good way just to figure everything out beforehand, before you just start jumping into a game. Strongly recommend coming to these menus before you just start jumping in, trying to figure it out all out on the fly, and the clock down timer is counting you down, and you get frazzled, and you're jumping in, and then you realize, I did not want that. You can also have 3 loadouts per character, 3 different armor sets, 3 different, setups for your character, so that's always good. These are all the heroes in the game. There's currently 12 heroes total, 4 for each faction. I haven't unlocked all of them yet, mainly because I was starting to, and then I kind of realized if you want to be really good in the game, you really just need to pick one person and stick with them for a while. So I decided to stick with the Orochi. For now, once I get him high enough up, I'll probably switch over to the Shigoki, and then probably the Berserker from there. Or maybe once they patch over the Valkyrie, maybe I'll do that. But as you guys can see, it costs $500 to recruit a hero to your cause. Once you recruit the hero, you unlock them. But you can play them beforehand just by pressing A. So if you want to just try out a character, like, man, I played against these warlords like 3 games in a row, and they whooped my butt. You can try them out. Just press A. Do not press X. Press A. Play them with 1 match, and you'll be good to go. These are all the different game modes. You have 4v4 deathmatch. It's either a skirmish or elimination type. As you can see in the description there, skirmish is first to 1,000 points. Elimination is basically a team deathmatch style. First to kill the other team off wins. Then you have your 1v1s and your 2v2s. Those are fairly self-explanatory. 1v1, 2v2, whoever wins the most rounds, or whoever wins the best of 5 first wins. Then we have 4v4 Dominion. First you reach 1,000 points, and then you have to cause your enemy team to break. Once you do that, you win the match. You can play these all PvP or AI or versus AI. Now, my personal opinion is the best one for experience points is the Dominion game mode. And it's one of the faster game modes, honestly, and you get a pretty decent amount of XP for how fast the game modes actually are. We will get to that here in a few minutes. But as you guys can see, I'm farming minions and controlling the objectives. This is something I do not see a lot of people doing yet. You really do need to do that. It really helps your team out a lot. Right here, guys, sometimes it's not about winning the fight. It's just about staying alive. I'm going to try just to kite out real quick with this guy and see what I can do to help everybody out. But yeah, so you want to try to kite and, double team when you can to help out your teammates. So this is me. So then another tip I would definitely have, guys, it's not always about being right in the middle of the fight. Sometimes just staying on the outside will return you guys good rewards. But as you guys can see there, you only get 5 when you kill someone. You only get 5 to 9 when you kill someone. It's not very good. That's why I suggest to farm the minions. What you guys just witnessed there was a revenge. That's from blocking. So as I said before, blocking is very key in this game. It keeps you alive, and it keeps you going. So as you guys can see, I'm farming some more minions here. Like I was saying before, you get 1 XP per minion. You usually only get 5 to 9 for actually killing someone, another player within the game. So if you really want to get high up on leaderboards, earn a lot of XP per match, make sure you guys are farming the minions. Some characters farm a lot faster than others. This guy is decently fast, but there are characters who rake in the kills in that situation a heck of a lot faster. Also, another way to earn points is when you see your teammates are down, go over revive them. You'll actually get 30 renown within the game, so it's 30 more points towards your game. And as you can see, those feats we were talking about earlier, guys, I'm using one right here. Some arrows just coming down in a volley. I pretty much missed everybody though, so that's pretty cool. But we'll come down here and attack these guys. Now this is when I say do not sit there and just hack away. This is what a lot of people are going to run into. You enter into this kind of trance mode here. This is when you're exhausted. It's a lot harder to block. Your swing is a lot slower. Everything about your guy is a lot slower. So waiting for it to heal up. They use their feet at the wrong time. I come up. I chop their head off. And we win the match. We win the battle for momentarily. So we're going back to blocking. See, guys, sometimes just blocking is the answer. So we hit that revenge mode again, which means you have unlimited stamina, as long as you're in Super Saiyan mode. Once you have Super Saiyan mode, you are back to where you usually are. See, this guy's doing a really good job at what we were talking about the staying alive. Unfortunately, I used my bow and arrow feat to kill him. Not really anything he could do on that point. So as you guys can see, we had a decent match there. We were going to wait for this to end so I could show you. This is why you want to farm all those minions, guys. Farm the minions, take over the objectives. You will see how many points I got in this match here. Momentarily, right after we retrieved this data, because for some reason it was super laggy in that game. Also, see guys, this is where you get your gear. As you can see, I already got a helmet. Super easy, didn't have to do anything. And then I got a pair of arms as well. Yeah, you guys can see I got 700 XP for that match. I had about 643 match points, which goes everything into this. So we'll just go through here. You can actually dismantle everything from this menu if you want. That's where you see that. One of my final tips is going to be make sure you deploy your war assets for your faction. It'll greatly help your team out in the long run. And this is how at the end of the round and seasons we will be gaining special items. As you see here, we're deploying the war assets. Little axe comes down because I'm a Viking, and then we move on to the next map. So guys, that's all the tips and tricks I really have for you guys. As you guys can see, we're going back into the menu. Blah 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 blah. No big deals. But yes, make sure you're also completing the orders that are given out. Really helps boost your guys a lot faster. You get more XP faster. Everything about it is great, and most of them are fairly easily doable within maybe like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of gaming. So it's not crazy hard to do, but it's it's still somewhat of a challenge. So guys, with that being said, my last and final tip will be to have fun. I'm personally enjoying this game a ton. It's been a long time since I've had this much fun in a game. I am so excited to bring these videos to you guys. So guys, just to go over a quick list of the things that we talked about today. So our 10 things that we went over was training. Make sure you guys are going through and doing all the advanced training and all the regular training that we can get that 3500 easy steel. Do the campaign for some more extra steel, and if you want to brush up without having to face other people, you just kind of want to get used to the timing, get used to the moves. It's always a good thing you play every single character in the game. It's a good way to kind of just have a brief overview of every single guy. That way, if you're not quite sure, you don't have to sit there and go trial and error and say it's PvP, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy was all right. I mean, he wasn't wasn't the best thing since sliced bread, but whatever." So I strongly recommend doing the campaign if you're not like, "Oh, I'm that guy. That's who I'm gonna be." If you already know who you're gonna be, just pick the guy and play him. It's gonna be a fun time. Number 3 was movesets. Make sure you guys are checking out those moveset screens. Make sure at least going and checking out the one that's written out, telling you what to do. If not, watch those videos. Very informative, shows you the timing a little bit, and really helps you if you're more of a visual learner. Number 4, do not buy scavenger packs. Do not buy them. There's no point until you get to about Prestige 3. Once you hit Prestige 3, you start hitting the heroic items, which are the purple background items, and that's when you start seeing those guys who are in the 70s and 80s in their gear icon in a match. Number 5, heroes. You do not need to unlock the hero in order to play them. If you simply want to play them to try them out, just press A. You can try them out for one match. You won't gain any experience, you won't get any gear for them, but you will still be able to try them out and play them without having to drop down the 500 steel. Number 6, the game types. Like we said, there's 1v1, 2v2, then there is elimination, which is a team deathmatch style game. There is skirmish game mode, which is first to 1,000 points, and then there is also Dominion, which is basically elimination and skirmish combined into one match. Then on number 7, when you're in Dominion, which is my favorite game mode, and the game mode that I feel like you get the most XP out of, make sure you guys are killing the NPCs, taking the objectives, and then killing the other team. That's the top-down list, in my opinion, for best ways to get XP. Number 8, make sure you guys are blocking those attacks, staying alive. You know, being done on the battlefield is not going to help your team out. Number 9, make sure to deploy those war assets at the end of the match to help out your faction towards the end of the season. Like right now, we only have 4 days left in the current round before it's over, so we got to make sure we're getting that done. And then number 10, guys, have fun. This game is a ton of fun. I'm very excited for it. And so with that being said, guys, it's the Keymaster 84. Remember to support your local Viking and leave those likes, comments, and subscribes. And until next time, guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you out on the battlefield.